it's just really hard to explain it. But why I like to share all these stories is because there's so many misconceptions about what Burning Man is, who it's for, you know, what you do.
Yeah.
And, you know, everyone has this unique story. No one there is the same. Not every Black person that goes is the same type of Black person. It's just like for anyone who's open to it, you know? And so sharing these stories, I think, just opens people's mind and
Yeah.
changes their viewpoint of what's out there, you know, that everyone thinks it is.
Yeah. There was this time I was in. I think it was the year before I went to Burning Man. Yeah, it's like 2015 or something like that, or 2014, whatever year that was. It's the year before I went, and I was doing an earth medicine called
Yes.
Wachuma and ayahuasca down in Peru, right? And I was having a conversation with a couple of friends of mine who ended up being burners because I ended up having them come later. But we were having this conversation about success in America and all these different things, and I started talking about, you know, like the opportunity deficit that Black people have in America, where,
Right.
you know, the average white family has 10 times the wealth of the average Black family.
Right.
You are 3 times more likely to spend your life in prison if you're a Black person, so on and so forth. All these things these obstructions that we have to get over. And as I was talking, I kind of trailed off because I felt the humidity, and I heard monkeys cooing, and I smelled this red earth that hadn't been compacted from years of construction. It was just untouched earth all of a sudden. All of a sudden, I was on Mother Earth again. And I realized that racism in and of itself had internalized itself as this sort of stowaway in my psyche and my consciousness, and that it actually needed my participation to have that stranglehold on me. Because America was 3,000 miles away, but it was this psychological stowaway in my bones. And that was the first time as a Black adult, as an adult, I felt like a human being without all the other shit attached to it. And I want every Black person to feel that, to understand what it's like to put your feet in the mud of untouched earth and know that if there's no racist there, that shit is not real. It's a construct and it's not real. And Burning Man is the closest thing you can get to that, I think, in America. That's the closest thing you can get to just being in the middle of the jungle where racism and sexism has never really structured itself, right? Burning Man is the closest thing in America. So I highly recommend that people go
what do
deal
you
with the
think
generational trauma that
is holding people back, other than the fact, I think a big part of it is awareness? But do you think it's just the cost, or do you think it's a whole bunch of it?
Well, I mean, I think you can burn at whatever cost you can afford, right? So like, I have friends that go, like, you know, the U-Haul and stay in a tent. They do the whole thing, you know. We hang out, and I've every year that I understand it a little bit better. I think
like,
we all do this. We kind of burn at a higher level every year. Yeah, you're like, oh, okay. So I definitely need my own fridge and shower. Got that? Yeah. So you find it out very quickly if you can afford it. So I think what stops people from doing something like Burning Man is that it's the fear of the discomfort, the fear of the unknown. Like, well, how much is it? It's not as much as you think, basically because you can do it on different budgets. Well, what's it like? Well, what's any adventure like before you've done it? Well, what's it going to do to me?
Yeah.
Well, what's anything that you've never tried before going to do to you, right? Like, and it's pure freedom. It's like pure freedom, and it's like, I think one of the things that I for sure was hesitant and reluctant about becoming a burner was, it was like, I don't want to be dirty. I don't want to be in the dust. That's crazy. I don't want to. I'm like, you know, I don't want that shit on me. Yeah, like, it's crazy. You kidding me? Like,
especially,
you know, we want to stay clean and lotion, you know, like all that kind of shit.
Another mental,
Right. Right. It's a mental block, but it's so good for your skin. It's this alkaline dust, like fossils, and it looks really beautiful on us
Yeah.
in a way that, you know,
Nope.
we don't really allow ourselves to play in the dirt because our ancestors were in the mud, and we have that structure in us that no, we need to be clean.
Yep.
No, we need to be presentable. Like, no, we have to do it this way. You're like, why can't you just be human for a second and put your hands in the dirt? Why can't you just be human for a second and just
Yeah.
and sweat in a costume and then go have a party? Like, I mean, and also like one of the most amazing things I think you can do in Burning Man is the fact that you can literally go out in the middle of the day, and this is the way you do it safe. And you can be on your bike, your electric bike, or your normal pedal bike, and go as fast as you can
I
and close your eyes
definitely close my eyes.
and
I
ride as
definitely close
fast
my
as you
eyes.
can.
Yes.
Isn't that great though? It's like, when in your life can you do that? You can't even do that as a kid. You can't even do that as a child. So it's like, I think there's a lot of things that these little things that
Yeah.
people will never know unless they actually go there, right? Like, and then I have a friend who came for the first time last year, and he's like, "Well, what's it like?" I put my hand on his shoulder and I go, "It's like being in the Old West,
Hold on. You
300
took.
years in the future
Hold
on
on.
Mars."
I need to write that down.
Yeah, yeah, because that's basically the only way you can really describe it. You're like, so whatever you think that you might see in the Old West 300 years in the future on Mars is what's going to happen. Like,
You
it's
can't.
just,
You
you
can't.
can't really explain it.
And everyone comes there in a
No,
different
you
like
can't
heart
explain it.
space, mental space. So you're just gonna face and challenge different things. I always like to say like
Mm-hmm.
Burning Man just like presents you with anything, like just be ready. It could be nothing, but it could definitely be something that you haven't allowed yourself to feel or think. Um, and you're just in your head, your thoughts a lot because there's so many things going on that you're trying to figure it out, and then you're like, well, like I did
Yeah.
struggle with letting go and just letting myself play even till now. So I think about that, like, how does that reflect in regular life? And like, why don't I let myself play and let go? And what am
100.
I, like, and if you just go down this pigeonhole of like thoughts and reflection, and so it's enlightening, right?
One of the most enlightening things for me is
Yeah.
that every year it takes me 2 or 3 days to let go. Like I don't just get there and go, yeah, like you just don't let go immediately. Like you've lived the last year of your life um, within societal structures that have taught you to, you know,
Right.
that your emotions aren't strong. That's not a strength to be emotional or to be sensitive. It's not a strength to be compassionate. It's not a
Right.
strength to be all these different things that we've feminized, right? Um, and it's not. And obviously, I'm not somebody as a burner and as a feminist. I'm not someone who thinks that feminine qualities are weak. But the last pulse of consciousness, the Reformation, has said that, right? Since about 1500, we've been saying, well, no, everything that's intuition and compassion and nurturing, those are weak things. Well, those are things that we've delegated as feminine. And all those things sort of come, as a man, all those things sort of come back to you because
Yeah.
you're a nurturer. You're a human. And I don't think traits are feminine or masculine. They're just transcendent. They're just traits that we have. And we've categorized them as these certain things. And I think that you become more of a full person. Like I see my girl become like way more assertive and I see women who become more, they take on their masculine energy,
Yeah.
quote unquote, right? And they become fuller people. And I have a girlfriend who we love. She's amazing, and she's so shy. She's so shy. But day 2 or 3 of Burning Man, she's walking up to guys going, "I'm gonna kiss you,"
The
and
best
people
place
are
to,
like,
I have yet to
"Okay,"
step into that like boldness, but
and it's like,
I'm working on it. But it's the best place to get that energy and be able to take that back, like, it's because no one's
right,
looking at you in
right,
in a judgmental way, and no one's
And
Oh yeah. No.
if they are, they're not getting any support. It's not as if they can rally others to judge you.
Right.
Like they
Right.
might be judging you, but
For
now
sure.
they're the odd person out, right? And like that's really how life should be, right? Like it's like, okay, cool, you can be judgmental,
Right.
but you really shouldn't have a lot of support with that. Like that's not what we're here to do. We're not here to judge each other. We're here to live. We're here to experience our human condition. And that is what Burning Man allows you to do. You're
Yeah.
allowed to experience your
So
human
it's
condition,
been a
whatever that
while
may be.
since your first burn, but is there
Yeah.
anything that you feel like it really helped you with, or like how did it impact you the most? When,
You know that's a difficult question, right? Because like this, every day at Burning Man is a ceremony. If you allow it to be, it's like it's a life changing
yeah.
ceremony, right? Um,
Hmm.
I would say it's helped me be less judgmental. It's helped me be connected to my spirit and lose the bashfulness of my connectivity to my spirit. And normally we have that bashfulness because other people don't
Right.
understand their connection, so we're trying to make them more comfortable. But when you go to Burning Man, you're like, fuck that, I can't do that
Oh
because
yeah.
that's really taking more energy and pressure, and it's draining me like to do that. So like at Burning Man, you don't do that. So like that month after you come back, that reintroduction into society, you just kind of don't have that. And I find that every year that I go, that lasts longer, and I become more deliberate about not judging people. I become more deliberate about fully accepting them. I become more deliberate about expressing myself in the moment in a way that somebody can hear it. It's made me a better listener. It's made me understand that everybody's truth, whether you agree with it or not, has to be acknowledged and then likely forgiven because it's probably off. And then that's the only way you can grow. And it's really just improved my life. Not just as a black man, but as a human. As a human. Like it's got that tribal nature to it where, you know, conventional anthropology says that human beings are about 300,000 years old, a little less. And most of that time was structured in a tribal sense where we grew up as a community, we raised children as a community, we helped each other as a community. Whatever my weak links were, there was other adults in my tribal community that had other strengths. And
Right.
you know, if you build the right kind of camp, that's where you are. Whatever you can't do, your neighbor can do. Whatever you can't handle, this person can help you with it. And when you bring that back into the real world,
Hmm.
it's just you get things done faster. You get projects done faster. You approach things differently. You approach your small business differently. You approach opportunities differently. And I think as Black people, we've had so many things withheld from us that it's within our generational trauma to be trepidatious about certain things that have been off limits to our ancestors. However, Burning Man makes you go, take that, grab that, go get that, bring it over here. It's that simple. And it's like, I want not just Black people, I want everybody to experience that. I want everybody to experience that because it's like, that's how we're supposed to be living. Right? It's really harmonious. Like when you know what you want and you're
Hmm.
not going to step on other people to get it, you're going to say, excuse me. And you're going to grab
Yeah.
that and bring it back.
That's
And that's how I
beautiful.
live my
So
life.
another question that I
So,
hate to ask, but I love to hear is what is well, I hate
yeah.
to ask because people are like, that
You
question's
hate to say you hate
impossible.
to
And it's
ask, but
like, I
love to
know,
hear.
but they're so good. Um, is okay, a memorable, magical Burning Man story. So one of those things, I know, just give me one or
That
two,
is a hard
however
question.
many. But um, okay. See? Okay.
I got one. I got one. I got a really, really, really special one actually. So last year was the 400-year anniversary of the first African foot stepping foot on what is now Virginia, right? So Point Comfort, August 30th, 1619, is when 20 some odd Angolan